No, okay. I'll start over. All right, Senator Herrera. Is your volume down?
Here.
Awesome. Senator Trainer.
Here.
You. Senator Ebe.
Present.
Thank you. Senator Kenos here. Present. You suck. Senator Morissette. Danishka. Okay. Senator Bishop.
Present.
Thank you. I'm going to say it wrong and I'm sorry. Senator Carringle.
Present.
Oh, thank you. Senator Daedalus.
Present.
Senator DeCara.
Present.
Thank you. Senator Butler.
Present.
Thank you. Senator Campbell.
Present.
Thank you. Senator Castillo.
Present.
Senator, I'm sorry, Lazier. Did I say it wrong? I don't know. We'll find out later. Senator Fantel.
Present.
Senator Hamid.
Present.
Senator Larson.
Present.
Senator Moore. Okay. Senator Rose.
Present.
Senator Whitson.
Here.
Senator Brown. Senator Brown. Okay. Senator Samillo. Kylie. Oh, okay, got it. Senator Hermione.
Present.
Thank you. Senator Nadella.
Present.
Thank you. Senator Patel. Isham Patel.
Present.
Thank you.
Present.
Senator Luthra. Senator Yusufari. Senator Acosta.
Present.
Senator Borges.
Here.
Thank you. Senator Carter.
Present.
Senator Duke.
Present.
Senator Hochfelder. Matthew. Okay. Senator Holmes. Present. I'm here. Senator Kazay.
Present.
Thank you. Senator Lacasse.
Present.
Senator Patel. AJ. Senator Pullman.
Present.
Senator Richmond.
Present.
Senator Sandlin.
Present.
Senator Kairos Rivera. Okay. Senator Jamarla, sorry, Pro Tem.
Here.
Okay. And then Deeser Mittal.
Present.
Thank you. With that, we have 33 out of 44 forms verified.
Samillo has her hand up.
Oh, I counted you.
Oh,
You're good.
okay. All right, thank you so much. That quorum is verified. Approval of the minutes. Take a look at last meeting's minutes and I'll take a motion. Or is there a motion to approve last meeting's minutes?
So moved.
All right, is approval of the agenda. Take a look at today's agenda. Is there a motion to approve today's agenda?
So moved.
All right, thank you. Open forum, we have Austin Wilson to speak about the Legislative Scholars Program.
Good evening. Oh, can you hear me?
Let me see. Oh, we should. be
Okay,
good.
awesome. Well, good evening, everyone. As Brody pulls up the presentation, I was going to make a joke that since I've left student government, the senators have gotten a little bit younger. And so I'm glad to be back, though, to talk to you all about an exciting program that we have offered through the Office of Government Relations here at UCF. For those of you who I do not know, my name is Austin Wilson. I'm the coordinator for the Office of Government Community Relations here at UCF, and I'm looking forward to talking to you more today about our Legislative Scholars Program, which I will wait for the PowerPoint. There it is. Can you all hear me on Zoom? Can I get a thumbs up? Okay, awesome. All right, so you can do the next slide if you'd like, Brody. So first, before I get started, how many of you have heard of the UCF Legislative Scholar Program before? Okay. And then on Zoom, I'm sure a bunch of you hopefully are raising your hands. And so just to give you a little bit of insight and everything, and I have to shout out our two great UCF alums of the program. We have Brooke Martin and Madison Moore, who actually just did the Legislative Scholars Program this past Tallahassee session. So thank you for participating. So how the Legislative Scholars Programs works is students are taken up to Tallahassee and they're assigned to either a House office, a Senate office, or a lobbying office. And those lobbying offices could consist of Gray Robinson, which Madison interned for, the city of Orlando, Orange County, etc. And so it's a really great program for those students who are interested in getting involved in the legislative process. It really provides you a behind the scenes look of what happens in Tallahassee during the spring session. What's really great for this year is we're actually celebrating our 20th year as a program. We started way back in 2005 session. So we started in 2004 technically with only 4 interns. And so over the years, because of the success of the students throughout the program, it's ballooned to 20 students who are taken up each year. And so we're super excited for this year to kind of do a little bit of a newer model to kind of increase our training and to increase students' awareness of what's happening, is we're kind of doing a fall training class as well as the spring internship. And so with the class, it's going to be really great opportunities, which I'll get to a little bit later. But things that you do while you're up there in Tallahassee is you do bill tracking for the office, you do constituent relations, so talking to the people who might be from a myriad of different counties, you do research issues on bills that are being tracked as well. And then you, of course, support the daily operations of the legislative office. And so that can be a bunch of different things as well. So how it works, if you can move on to the next slide, in terms of the process, we have a newer process, which does bring newer benefits to the program. And so the application, why I'm here today, is because it is due in about 2 weeks on July 1st. And so just if you remember anything from my presentation, it's due July 1st on Handshake. And we've actually kind of altered our requirements for this year, where you only need 2 letters of recommendation to participate in the program. One has to be from a faculty member. If you're a transfer students are highly successful during the program. You can get a faculty letter from your other institution before you came to UCF. Of course, you need your resume. You complete the application that's attached to the Handshake, personal statement, legislative research and response, and the degree audit, which is your MyNights audit, which can be accessed for free at my UCF. Some people try to go through the registrar's office to get their whole degree audit. Don't do that because you have to pay for that. We're not trying to create that burden for you. And so what's really exciting this year is once you apply to the program, there's not going to be necessarily a formal interview process that typically has happened in the past, because we're doing the class model for this year. And so you'll get notification that you've been accepted into the program. And so we're partnering this year with ULead to offer a class that happens on Fridays at 10 a.m. and it's going to be mixed mode. So you're going to typically get the training that you would have gotten in about, Madison and Brooke can attest, in a very long 4-day period that happens during the semester already in the fall. You're actually going to get rewarded for doing it through this class. You'll have the opportunity to get 0 to 1 credit hours, whatever you prefer. It's just a satisfactory, unsatisfactory grade, so it doesn't really affect your GPA. Once you complete the class, you get a $200 fellowship for the program, which is really exciting. And then you do get some volunteer opportunities that happen as part of the class as well, which we're going to combine with some government aspects as well. And so in terms of legislative research and response, some of you might be asking kind of what that sounds like, because I know a lot of you are probably interested in politics, and that's why you're kind of involved in student government, or you're just involved in serving the university. And so I don't want you to think this is this big report or anything. It's actually just 1 page or less talking about who's your state rep, who's your state senator. It can either be if you reside here on campus, or if you want to put your home address, if you're from different areas like Lee County or somewhere else. Which committees does your rep state senator serve on? And then you select a bill from this past session and you explain why the bill was of interest to you. And then you include the final status of what happened to that bill. Did it die in committee? Was it signed by the governor? So it could be a variety of different things for that. So if you move on to the next slide, just to talk to you a little bit about the class and the benefits that come with it. So it's going to be really exciting because we're going to be doing group exercises. We're going to be doing field trips to go across Central Florida to different areas, such as City Hall, various other ones, professional speakers. We're going to hopefully have some elected officials from our area come do a little presentation to you all. You're going to get professional development. So that's the class is called LDR 3905. It's Leadership in State Government. So you can participate if you're interested in the Legislative Scholars Program, you want to do the Spring Tallahassee internship, or if you're just interested in getting involved in the process a little bit more and post-graduation working in the process. It's a great class to take because we're going to offer you all those components that is needed to work in the process. What's really great is the networking. We're going to have a presentation by renowned Central Florida networking professional, Netta Wilson, do a presentation for you all to kind of learn more about that. There's a whole bunch of other things as well, individual exercises. And so I don't want you to think there's going to be a burden necessarily with participating in the class. It's really just to enhance your education prior to when you go to Tallahassee, and you're going to get that exciting opportunity. When you're actually in Tallahassee, you know, the world's your oyster in terms of the opportunities you have. Of course, you'll be able to learn all that you do when you're in the offices, but also there's going to be opportunities that happen outside of the office as well. We're going to work with our other SUS institution counterparts like UF, USF, who have similar programs and scholars to do weekly briefings, bi-weekly briefings. So you all are going to hear from a bunch of different people up in Tallahassee, tours of the Florida Supreme Court for the individuals who are in the judicial branch. You're going to get the chance to tour the governor's mansion. You're going to get the chance to do a lot of exciting things when you're up there in Tallahassee. One of the most important things, if you go to the next slide, that you should know, and that is probably the most enticing to you if you participate in the program, is you do get a $3,000 scholarship while you participate. So we pay for that through the financial aid. You get reimbursed for your travel expenses. So when you move up there and when you move back. And when I say move, I use that term loosely because you don't have to bring any, furniture with you. You don't have to bring any dishes and everything. You all get, and I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound a little weird. You get the corporate executive package in terms of the apartments and everything, where you already have the dishes, you already have all the things you need in the apartment ready to go. Just bring a happy attitude and an excitement for Tallahassee, and you'll be good to go. It's important to note that before you apply to the program, you're going to want to reach out to your advisor, whether you're Nicholson School of Communication, political science, you have business. We've had different majors from all across UCF participate in the program. So don't let that be a burden to you. Don't think I just have to be a political science major or legal studies major to do the program. You don't have to be. You can actually get credit for the program. So in the past, as it's noted here, scholars have earned from 1 credit hour to 12 credit hours. So there's a lot of excitement there. You get your own apartment in Tallahassee that you share with another legislative scholar. It's important to note when I say share, you get your own room and everything. You just have to share the kitchen amenities and things like that. And then you also get the furniture and dishware that I mentioned previously. If you move on to the next slide, I'm just going to give you a little bit of some steps to success when it comes to doing the program. So attend our info sessions. We've done a lot of them throughout this summer and a little bit, of course, into late spring as well. And then we also have our application clinics coming up. If you go on our Instagram or if you go on Handshake, you'll see our application clinics. So this is a chance for you to take your application that you have made, bring it to us, let us talk it over with you, basically make sure it's foolproof before you submit it if you want that expertise and help in that area. Speak with the advisor. That's, of course, important to make sure that you can get credit hours for the program. You, of course, want to complete the application as well as proofread and submit. And then lastly, I just want to, shameless plug for our social media that we have. You can follow us on Instagram at UCF Legislative Scholars, same thing on Facebook at UCF Legislative Scholars. And then if you're interested to see kind of what we do in terms of government community relations here at UCF, we do have a Twitter for that where we post a lot of various things. We retweet a lot of stuff, of course, about the university as well. So that's at UCF Gov as well. It's important to note that our Instagram, if you have questions about the legislative research and response or anything else, personal statement writing, we've done a bunch of those info sessions, as I've mentioned previously, and those are posted and recorded up there on Instagram, so you can watch those. You can also reach out to me. I'm happy to provide you with my information. If you have any questions, I can take some here and of course on Zoom as well after I wrap up in a second. But you can also email me at austin@ucf.edu, just simple like that, and I can help you in any way in terms of the program. With that, that is all I had. I don't know if anyone has any questions.
Are there any questions for Mr. Wilson? Anyone on the Zoom?
All right, you don't have a
All
question?
right, seeing none, thank you so much. I'm gonna plug some of this information to our team's chat so they can get in contact with
Awesome.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, enjoy your
Austin.
meeting.
You as well. All righty, announcements from the student body president, President Greenaway or Colby. Hey.
Hello, can you guys hear me? Awesome.
You should be-
Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great evening. I'm doing Brandon's announcements. So on behalf of the president, I hereby appoint these following people. Sebastian, oh, please bear with me with your last names. Sebastian Quiroga, College of Graduate Studies, seat 1. Ariana Carter, College of Graduate Studies, seat 2. Nicholas Nava Cruzet, College of Business Administration, seat 1. Liziana Vorn, College of Business Administration, seat 6. Carlos Yera, College of Engineering and Computer Science, seat 12. Jasmine Rubio, Rosen College of Hospitality Management, seat 2. Amanda Lazo, College of Arts and Humanities, seat 1. Tyler Barnett, College of Sciences, seat 7. Gabriela Bolera, College of Sciences, seat 9. Andrea Vasquez, College of Sciences, seat 14.
Awesome. Are there any questions for Vice President Smith regarding the student body president's announcements? All right, seeing none. Announcements from student body vice president, Vice President Smith.
Hi, Senate. I had my first ATSB meeting this week. We spoke about different ways to collaborate and some of their goals for this upcoming academic year. I just want to say thank you for Senator Carringle for helping me run this meeting, and I'm excited to see what we accomplish this year with the different agencies and departments.
Awesome. Amanda, I saw you had a question. Oh, okay. Are there any questions regarding the student body vice president's announcements? Awesome. Glad to hear the senator's doing well. Thank you. Comptroller's report. Comptroller Kane, are you doing that as well? Are you doing everyone's? All right.
All right. So Jeremy met with Dr. Posey. He discussed about how to prepare for this upcoming fiscal year. And the financial database. The goal is to be up by July 1st. And here are the account balances for CRT current account balance. It is 68,289 and 58 cents. The reversion is 0.74%. The FAO current account balance is 14,592 and 6 cents. The reversion is 0.78%.
Awesome. Are there any questions regarding the comptroller's report? All right, seeing none. Attorney General's report. Madison Moore.
I met with the LJR committee today, and I figured out what dates they meet and everything, so I plan on being there for every meeting this summer. I also had my first judicial advising meeting with the help of the interim Chief Justice. And
The mic is muted, Brody. It says the mic is muted.
Should I repeat what I said?
Wait, give us 1 second. I think it might be an issue with Zoom since the mic is unmuted.
Should I repeat what I said or?
I just want to see if they can hear first. Okay, it's good. You can go ahead now.
Okay, I had my first meeting with LJR today, and I'm looking forward to many more to come. As well as I also had my first judicial advising meeting with the interim chief justice, which was very insightful. And I also reached out to Dr. Michael Gilmer to educate myself more on the student conduct process, and I'm looking forward to meeting with him sometime next week.
Awesome. Are there any questions for Attorney General Moore? Seeing none, thank you so much. Cabinet Forum, Chief of Staff, Sabrina. No, okay. Should I just read it? Oh, on Zoom.
Yeah, I'm on Zoom. Hi, everyone. So hi, I hope you all are doing well tonight. So the last 2 weeks have been fairly busy. I've been doing a lot of interviews for both Senate and Judicial and onboarding for the executive cabinet. And I concluded my first round of Senate interviews yesterday, as you heard. Colby announced all the names tonight, so congratulations, everyone. And I will continue to do them as applications come in. So as you already know, Election Commission applications are also currently open. So please spread the word. They close tomorrow, and then interviews will begin shortly after. So if you have anyone interested, please let them know that applications are closing tomorrow, or they can send me an email if they have any questions or concerns. I'll be happy to answer them. And if anyone has any questions regarding anything at all, please do not hesitate to reach out. You guys know where to find me.
Are there any questions for Chief of Staff Sabrina? Seeing none, thank you. Director of Communications, Director Martinez. How you say it?
Yeah, you got it. Martinez, technically, but I'm not Vicky. Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing so well. It is so nice to be here and to have gotten the ball rolling in my new position. My team finally got filled last week, so we've been working on getting all of our initiatives lined up and getting all of our information in one spot. So be on the lookout for an email regarding how to request communications services shortly. I asked them that it's compiled by tomorrow, so we should have it out very soon. In the meantime, please do not hesitate to reach out to me if you need anything sooner. My email is sga_comm, COMM@ucf.edu. It's also on the student government website, so if you need to find it there. I have been getting our social medias aligned and meeting with a few senators to get started on a few projects, which has been amazing, including the ELA. And at our next meeting, I will bring some insights regarding our socials and more progresses that have been made. So in the meantime, I hope you all do so well. And that's all from me.
Awesome. Are there any questions for Director Martinez? All right, seeing none, thank you so much. Announcements from the interim Chief Justice Silva.
All right, good evening, Senate. Judicial confirmations begin tonight, so I look forward to having a full council soon to get right back to work. Once all seats are filled, the branch will start to select their goals for the year. So I'm very excited to share all of those with you guys eventually. And I also had the pleasure of having our first impartial advising meeting for the year, along with the lovely Attorney General Moore. And that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Are there any questions for Chief Justice Silva? Seeing none, thank you so much. Hochfelder?
Present and voting.
So noted at 6:35 p.m. Righty. Announcements from Supervisor of Elections, none. Announcements from Activity and Service Fee Chair, none. Announcements from the Scholarship Chair Committee, the Scholarship Committee Chair, none. Announcements from the Senate President. Good evening, everyone. I hope you had a great week as we went through many cabinet appointments and we have judicial next. A friendly reminder that we will be completely virtual next week as I will be out of town, but that won't change anything because we just won't be here in person. Please send your revised caucus and committee descriptions to me by the end of the month so that we can update the website for the upcoming school year. Summer is going by a little bit quickly, so I want to make sure that we have everything in check before summer ends. If you would not like the description to be altered, just send me an email, not a Teams message. It's easier to keep track of my emails compared to my Teams messages. And then caucuses, once you have your logos and tabling materials finalized, please email me as soon as possible. I know our LGBTQ plus caucus and Black caucus got that finalized. So if you could just send that to me and the rest of our caucuses, just make sure you have that to me as soon as possible. I don't have an exact deadline, but just make sure that's at the forefront of your business right now. And then what do I have? Summer bonding event. So I contacted the RWC for the past 2 weeks to have a summer bonding event for our individuals who are in person. I know some of our in-person individuals are via Zoom today. So if you are interested in the summer bonding event, please fill out that Survey Monkey by, I would say, have it done by either, I would say by the 30th, but sooner would be better. And then I hereby dismiss Senator Moore and Senator Youssefari from Senate. If you'd like to appeal this, let me know so that we can look over this in Senate exec. But due to absences, I do have to dismiss these senators. Are there any questions for myself? Seeing none, internal legislative assistance report, ILA Pullman. Is she here today or do I have to read it? Oh, Pullman, are you here?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so basically, back in Senate, I just got back from being out of town, but I've started communication with the other SGLC coordinator that has the position right now, and so we're getting the ball rolling on that.
Are there any questions for ILA Pullman? All right, seeing none. My Zoom is like acting so weird. It's really, really unfortunate. Okay. External legislative assistant report, none. Senate President Pro Tempore DeMarla.
Hi, I hope everyone's doing well. I'm so sad that I'm not in person, but I'm really excited for when I get back. I'll be in person like sometime in July. I don't know when yet, but I'll let you guys know. For the next 2 to 3 weeks, just as a heads up, I'll be having limited office hours, but I'll still be able to get back to you guys ASAP. And then I'm continuing to look into ways to assist students with funding. So that's my update.
All right. Are there any questions for Pro Tempore DeMarla? All right, seeing none. Deputy Pro Tempore of Legislative Affairs report, none. Deputy Pro Tempore of Senate Relations report, none. Caucus reports, APIA caucus, none. Black caucus, Chair Davalos.
Hello, everyone. I'm so sorry. I lost myself for a second. But hello, everyone. I hope you all have been taking care of yourselves. And just, my weekly reminder to drink at least 8 cups of water every day and have at least 2 meals a day. We will be meeting next Tuesday at 5 in the conference room and on Zoom. I really appreciated the people who aren't in the caucus who did come, and I would love to see more of you guys. It was so much enjoyment, honestly. MSC is hosting a Juneteenth celebration on Monday at 2 in the Pegasus Ballroom. If you guys are available to come, I would love to see you guys there. I will be there the whole time. I will also drop their Instagram posts in the Teams chat just as a reminder. And then lastly, happy Caribbean American Heritage Month. Thank you.
Are there any questions for Chair Davalos? Seeing none, Disability Caucus, Chair Campbell.
Good evening, everyone. Hope y'all are doing well. So I don't have much in regards of updates on Disability Commons this week. I'm going to be meeting with the Student Union Director, Rick Falco, on Monday. And hopefully by next meeting, I'll have some more updates for y'all there. In terms of the graduation accessibility, we actually had a lovely meeting that I would love to thank Senator Gazay for, because I was the one taking point on all of this, and he was able to get 2 staff from the president's office, the director of SAS, Dr. Meyer, and our new safety and transportation coordinator in on this. And we actually got a lot of stuff done today, and it's actually going to get looked at relatively soon. I'm very pleased about it. And hopefully by next week, we'll actually have some solutions starting to be done. But today was very productive.
Are there any questions for Chair Campbell? All right, seeing none. Line Hispanic Caucus, none. LGBTQ plus caucus, Chair Carter.
Hey everyone, we will be meeting next Friday at 11 a.m. in the conference room or via Zoom. MSC will also be attending, so it'd be awesome for anyone that's not currently in the caucus to attend if they would like, and please wear sunscreen.
All right, are there any questions for Chair Carter? Seeing none. Women's Caucus, none. Unfinished business, none. Fiscal Committee Caucus time. D-Leg Morset.
President voting.
So noted at 6:41 p.m. Fiscal Committee Caucus time, none. Fiscal Committee Reports, CRT Committee, Chair Similo.
Hey y'all, so in committee on 6/12/23, we have new business allocations that were approved. Allocation 55-021, allocation 55-022, 23, 24, and 25. We did postpone allocation 55-020. So we did have 5 allocations in total and postponed 1.
All right, are there any questions for Chair Similo? Seeing none. FAO Committee, none. ORS Committee, I don't want to say none unless Borges is here. All right, none.
Hey, sorry. Ethan's having technical difficulties with the agenda, so I just have to kind of read it, and then I'll put it in there later, if that's okay.
That's no problem.
Okay, cool. So we had a really long meeting. I think it was like nearly 3 hours, but we got through 3 post-fund reviews and 3 VPFs, and then we also elected Senator Larson as the CRT rep. So ORS leadership is full. With that, for VPFs, we postponed Senate Bill 54. I don't even have to read those, actually. I'll put them in later. But we did sanction, I guess the most important one is we did sanction FAO 5447 with vote count of 5-0-1, and it was sanctioned at 5%.
Are there any questions for Chair Borges? Seeing none, thank you. All right, fiscal legislation. I'll take a motion for speeches, questioning, and debate. Damarla, is your hand up, or Damarla?
Yeah, could we, since we're on a time crunch, could I motion to see these 2 fiscal bills as a block and have a 5-minute questioning, 5-minute debate, and then 5-minute speeches?
Okay, so 555.
Yeah.
All right, there's been a motion to see fiscal bill 5502 and 03 as a block. Are there any objections? Seeing none, there's been a motion for 5-minute speeches, 5-minute questioning, 5-minute debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Thank you. Okay, so we are now there. Fiscal bill 5502 and 5503. D-Leg Morset or Pro Tempore Damarla when you're ready, whichever one is presenting it.
I don't know if President Pro Tempore Damarla, since you suggested that you want to present it, I'm confused on how exactly I present it since it's being seen as a block.
I can do it, no worries. So these are just the same bills from last week. I don't believe there are any changes. And we kind of already went through the process. I really don't have anything else to speak about it. All the information was confirmed. And then we've been communicating with them just to make sure that they understand like who can go and who cannot, just making sure they understand all the details like that.
Do you yield your time? Pro Tempore Damarla, do you yield your time?
Yes, I yield to question.
Are there any questions for Pro Tempore Damarla? Seeing none, I'll take a motion then. First, move to debate. There's been a motion to go to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, I'll take at least one debate. Hurst.
We saw these bills last week. They haven't changed. We're good.
Okay. Are there any, well, wait, okay, I'll take a motion. Hers.
Move to vote.
All right, there's been a motion to vote. Are there any objections? All right, we are now there voting on fiscal bill 5502 and 5503. All right, with a vote count of 27 to 0 to 3, fiscal bill 5502 and 5503 has passed on third reading. Okay. Notice of legislation on second reading, none. Internal committee caucus time, ENA, 1 hour. Brody, I kind of blanked. What is it again? It's like, oh yeah, I don't know why I keep reading that. Okay, I hereby recess Senate at 6:47 p.m. and we'll return at 7:47 p.m.
For folks on Zoom, if you're not a part of the ENA committee and you don't want to watch this, you don't have to, and you can join the breakout room and do whatever you want to. Cool, thanks.
I hereby call this meeting to order at 6:50 p.m. Vice Chair Takara, if you want to take over roll call.
Chair Canal.
Present.
Me. Senator Samillo.
Present.
Senator Borges.
Here.
Senator Humayun.
Present.
LJR Rep.
Present.
Pro Temp Rep.
Here.
All right, quorum verified. Let's move on. Take a look at the minutes. If there's anything that needs to be changed, let me know at this time. All right, seeing nothing, approved by general consent. And this is today's caucus agenda. If you see anything that needs changed, please let me know. Nothing. All right, approved by general consent. Is there anyone wishing to speak at open forum? All right, I'm not seeing anybody on the Zoom, so I'll take that as a no. Chat. Nope. So announcements from the chair. Good evening, ENA. As stated in the official agenda notes for the Senate meeting, I want to make it clear that we will be enforcing a 24-hour notice standard to use materials in confirmation meetings. I've attached Title V, the judicial branch, for descriptions of the roles and responsibilities of the above positions, and as well as the code of ethics for a concise description of SG ethics that we can look at as well. Now, announcements from the vice chair.
None.
Perfect, perfect. What about committee members? Any announcements? Not at all. Okay. Non-committee members, any announcements? Nothing. All right. We have no bills and no resolutions, so let's go right into new business for confirmations, and I'll take a motion. First.
Before we start, I want to address something. In the materials, I have a curiosity with the screenshots that were sent of the questionnaire. It doesn't say who each person is.
That is correct.
So I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know which person goes with which thing. Yeah, because it's like the 400-word answers. I have no idea which one belongs to which person, and I can't. I understand that. It's just I want to make sure that we are looking at everything, and I don't know who belongs to who, and I don't want to I can make a note of it, and then we can say which screenshot belongs to which person, or we can do something different. So because I'd love to be able to talk about these because some of the paragraphs are really interesting, but I have no idea who they belong to. Like someone talking about how they're brothers and their services and stuff. That sounds actually very interesting. And who was that? I have no idea. Who remembers which one they wrote? That's the other question. So, because your resumes look really good. I just want to know who the heck wrote it.
Okay, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. The one that says I was motivated to apply for this position following my unexpected experience this past year is Carly Zerke.
Okay, let me rename it. Can you spell your name for me, please?
My first one.
Both.
C-A-R-L-Y. B-E-R-T-H-I-N-U-M.
Can you say your last name? Because I actually couldn't figure out how to say it. Berthium? Berthium, okay. Like French, cool.
Yes.
All right. Oh, okay, got you. Oh, it didn't save. Don't do that. Okay, did it save? Oh, it just moved. Ah, lovely. Okay. This isn't the Google Drive that I put everything together. If you want to just send this back into the chat. Okay, what's the next one?
The next one, the I'm motivated to apply for this position is the holistic response is Jake.
Holistic
Hansen.
response. Hold on. I don't see that. Where did it go? Ah, okay, I have the wrong one. That's why. Okay. Can you spell your name for me, please? Okay. And then yours was, because I got the wrong one in my rush to try and make this faster. Unexpected experience was yours? Okay, so I'll just put Carly in that one, make it easy. Okay, who's next?
The one that starts with I have 3 values and her team is
Okay. Melissa. Can you spell your first name? Okay, thank you. Next.
My mother always taught my brothers is Daniel Rivera.
Daniel. D-A-N-I-E-L. Okay. And then last one was having served as associate justice. Okay. So what was the first name? Ronaldo. R-E. Okay, I spelled it wrong. I'm sorry. My brain is scattered a little bit. So I'm gonna copy this into the agenda. Give me 2 minutes to do that because I'm not technologically savvy. Everyone that I know will tell you that.
Y'all on the Zoom are still with us, yeah?
I'm gonna copy this.
First is copying the docs that have been relabeled into the agenda, I believe.
Yes, right there. Should be available.
All right, I
Who's
see it.
texting
Can
me
you
at
guys see that in the agenda now, a new business above confirmations?
Tyler's stuck. Tyler, are you back yet? He's been kicked out. Where's Brody going? Maddie, is Tyler trying to get back in? Because I can't, he's got kicked out. Okay, thank you. All right, so with that said, if you guys can access that, I will take a motion. No. Is what? You said something? Yeah, with that, I will take a motion for the thing, for confirmations. Open them up for speech question. Debate. Yes. Oh, for speech question debate. Do you want to make a motion? Want me to do it? Want me to do it?
Motion for 5-minute speeches, 5-minute questioning, 5-minute debate.
There's been a motion for 5-minute speeches, 5-minute questioning, and 5-minute debate. Are there any objections? First,
5-minute speeches, 8-minute questioning, 8-minute debate?
Yeah, whatever.
there's been a motion for 5-minute speeches, 8-minute questioning, and 8-minute debate. Are there any objections? I'm assuming you withdraw.
Kylie and Akila have questions.
Akila?
Yeah, I object just because we won't like have any time to see all the candidates. So I would encourage it to be shorter because like if we did 5, we would only be able to see 3 people if we did 5, 5, 5.
You withdraw?
No, I appreciate wanting to go a little bit faster, but I want to make sure we are looking at these thoroughly so that, because we couldn't talk to them yesterday because we didn't see materials early enough for that to have that kind of time to look at materials. I want to make sure that we are looking at them like very closely. So we're not just kind of shooing people in.
Are we gonna pro con this right now?
No, I think that will waste more time. Is it a 588 now?
I guess, Samila, no?
Amanda, could I ask if it could be 555 then? Or do you want to do 588?
577.
Okay, I'll take that.
Samila?
I was just gonna say, no matter what we do, we don't have to use the whole entire time allotted.
So with that, the motion is for 5-minute speeches, 7-minute questioning, and 7-minute debate. Are there any objections? Samila, was that an objection or?
No, I just had a question after, I'm sorry.
Okay, so motion passes. And what was your question?
Hurst, can you send the applicant material, like the Google Drive, into the chat? Because for some reason it's not letting me open it with the like the zip file.
The link isn't working in the agenda?
Nothing's opening for me. I don't know why. Maybe I just have to refresh the agenda since you put in a new link. Let me try again. I'm sorry.
I know that technology is not always everyone's strong suit, including my own, so.
I am closer to the mic now. Can y'all hear me? All right, well, with that, the first nominee is Jake Hansen. You have 5 minutes for speech whenever you're ready.
All right. Can everyone hear me all right? Just want to make sure. All right, awesome. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Jake Hansen. I'm a rising senior majoring in political science, international relations. I have minors in sociology and environmental studies. I've also served on the judicial branch for the past year. I started off my student government journey in SGLC. I went to JLC right after that. And then I was confirmed to my associate justice seat last summer. And then after that, I also served on the Precedent Committee and Judicial Experience Committee as vice chair and chair after that. And then I also served as internal assistant chief justice. So I do feel extremely prepared to be jumping right back into all of this. Just to kind of go over my goals a little bit. I don't need to go through them each specifically. I'm more than happy to answer any questions about any of them. But they are very much targeted, kind of catered towards the experiences that I've had here on campus, whether it's in other organizations or in the classroom. Things that I noticed that the judicial branch can keep kind of moving outwards and expanding in terms of our external reach. Yeah, with the rest of that, I yield my time to questioning.
All right, we are now in a period of 7-minute questioning starting now. First.
What are your job requirements right now as to the things that you're working on? So you said that you're doing undergraduate admissions as well as working with other things. Can you explain the things that you do and like how much time you dedicate to them?
Yeah, so currently I work as an admissions ambassador, so I do campus tours and I do front desk assistance. So I'm usually there probably around 15 hours a week. Then I also work as an event assistant in Milliken Hall, so that takes around 10 hours a week as well with any university events.
You may. And your course load at the moment, and as well as fall?
No courses right now, and then hopefully in the fall, 3 in an internship.
I would like to ask a question first. How do you think your past experience will help you collaborate with the other branches in this role?
So within the past year, and then also in SGLC, I've become very familiar with a lot of other members of student government, not just in judicial, but both in election commission, exec cabinet, senators from the last session before that. So I do have a lot of experience. I feel very comfortable working with the other branches. I feel very comfortable with their tasks, what they do. So I know kind of, if I have a project I'm working on, these are the people that I could approach. I feel very comfortable doing that.
All right, first. For the fall semester, as you're going to be, I'm assuming, keeping all of these different roles that you're doing now, as well as your class load, do you think you'll have time to focus on this role as well without like making sacrifices?
Yeah, absolutely. This is the exact same thing that I was doing last year. So I already have a year under my belt. I feel very confident. I am taking less courses than I was last fall, and my leadership in other organizations is pretty lowered. So my time will be devoted here.
And how would you best help a student who is clearly in the wrong, say in a case that was before you?
You said clearly in the wrong. I mean, no matter what, they still deserve to know what the process is that they're going through. Our job isn't to act as a lawyer, so luckily I don't have to like really deal with, defending them in any case. But in the impartial advising cases that I've seen, the ones that I've shadowed, it's really just important to calm them down. Even if they are in the wrong, a lot of times it's, it might just be mistakes that we all make. It can be anything that's really small. It can be something a little bit bigger, but their job or our job is just to know, let them know the process they're going to go through, what they're looking at most likely in terms of outcomes, and just kind of let them know that it'll be okay.
First, what committees do you plan to be a part of?
So judicial experience, again, and then also precedent, and I am hoping to join judicial outreach as well.
Problem. How often do you believe that you'll be meeting with those committees?
So they each meet once a week. So I would be available to go every week.
Are there any questions on the Zoom? Borges?
Yeah, I'll ask one. So as someone who's experienced fiscal appeals within judicial, can you describe what they are and then how you feel sanctions impact students and registered student organizations?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch the last part. Do you mind repeating that?
Sorry, I just got back to my dorm. The last part about it is how sanctions affect individuals and registered student organizations on campus.
Yeah, so to go back to your first part, fiscal appeals are when a student organization, RSO on campus, that's received funds from Senate, doesn't use them appropriately, they mess up somewhere in the process, and then they're held accountable by ORS, they're sanctioned. They can appeal that, bring it towards the judicial branch, then we'll take a look at their case. Going forward in that, how they impact students on campus, they can't receive funding to the highest extent they were sanctioned after that. And then I will say fiscal appeals are something that we're all still learning about. We, I think, had maybe 2 or 3 last semester. That was the first time that I think most of our justices had to deal with them. So that's definitely something I also want to keep moving forward in.
And which of these councils or committees are you most looking forward to acting as a mentor for?
You mean like in terms of SGLC?
In terms of the 2 that you are expected to act as a mentor for?
Can you clarify a little bit more?
So of the 2 bodies, including SGLC and another, which are you most looking forward to acting as a mentor for, and how do you believe you will be effective in that role?
So I would definitely say JLC. This year I took on 2 mentees and they both applied for their seats. They were very excited about learning more about the judicial process. And that's definitely always more fun because it's a smaller council. We get a lot more one-on-one interaction time with them. were their mentor for an entire semester. It's just another friendly face they can see in the office. So definitely JLC.
First.
As you were a justice last semester and your last session, what is something you believe you can improve from last time?
I definitely want to say this kind of goes back towards my own personal outreach goals. I wasn't able to join judicial outreach last semester just because it was at a time that I couldn't make. But I definitely think that given my past experience with recruitment efforts on campus as different organizations and leadership positions, I definitely think that I have a lot more that I can offer in terms of expanding our outreach towards the student body and the different colleges on campus regarding our services. So that's something I think I can do a little bit better with.
How do you plan to work more with the other branches of student government?
Yeah, so last semester with Senate, we had a retreat where our council kind of took a look back over our statutes. We found some things that we wanted to change through IRC. So we met with some of the Senate leadership. We were able to pass a bill to amend some of those things. So whether it's in terms of something like that, one of our committees is looking into our statutes, our constitution, anything regarding that. And then also kind of goes hand in hand with the AG. And then otherwise, just in terms of anything that's happening in student government, even if it doesn't necessarily pertain to my role, if any other branches needed just an extra body helping volunteering in an event, I would definitely make myself available.
We have 9 minutes left in questioning. Are there any other questions? 9 seconds, sorry. Wait, apologies. All right, with that, Borges?
I was going to move to debate.
There has been a motion to move debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, approved by general consent, we are now in a 7-minute period of debate. Anyone like to debate? Samilo?
So last year I was in SGLC and I didn't get to actually work hand in hand with the candidate, but I did get to see some of the work that was executed by the candidate. And I feel like moving on and moving forward with the same person could lead us to having pretty much the same initiatives being sent through. And I feel like he will be a very helpful person to have in judicial. So I will be voting in favor.
All right, Borges?
Yeah, pretty much what Samilo said. He's done great in the past. I think he's going to be great again. And I'll be voting in favor.
All right, Hurst?
I think the candidate did well in answering questions and his materials seem very interesting. I would like to see more of, this is on a vague level, I'm seeing more of collaboration with Senate, exec, and judicial on a number of different things. So having you were able to come to committees and caucuses to see kind of what we're doing so we can collaborate on things. But in overall, I think this candidate's good and we can vote in favor of him.
All right, in the interest of time, are there any debate and negation? If not, I'll take a motion.
Move to vote.
It's been a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Let's try and stick with the same reactions that we used last time. So a green check is in favor, a red X is against, and then a raised hand is abstaining. That would be 6-0 to 1. We've been confirmed by Unai. One second while we get caught up here. But in the meantime, the second candidate would be Alyssa Hayes. So if y'all want to open those materials while we're getting set up. That's fine. Yeah. You have the vote count, right? That's Samilo?
Yes.
You still can't access.
No, okay. So when you sent me the other link, it just opened up Jake's resume.
Just one?
Yeah, I don't know why it's not opening everything else. But I feel like it's just a me problem. Like I'm like special when it comes to technology.
You're special in lots of ways, honey. We love
I
you.
know, but like I don't know. I give up. It's okay. I'm just gonna stare at Jake's resume and never look at anything else in my entire life.
Is it the agenda for the one that's in the ENA chat?
Sent her separately too.
It's weird. I don't know what's going on with that.
It's okay.
No, it's not. Yeah, I know. Are you guys ready to move on to? I'm not hearing any objections, so 5 minutes whenever you're.
Thank you, guys. Good evening. I'm Melissa Hayes. I'm a psychology major on the neuroscience track. Last year, I served as Associate Justice Seat number 6, and I really loved everything that we did for the student body. When I'm not doing judicial things, I also work in a psychology research lab. This year, my objectives kind of focus on interbranch communication and fostering those interbranch relations. I have some ideas to put on events, both bonding and educational, to just kind of increase camaraderie and learning between the branches. And maybe do like one big event where we all kind of like come together, kind of like we do an open house in the beginning of the year. I really love my time as being Judicial Experience Committee Vice Chair. And even when I wasn't Vice Chair, I loved being part of the planning for the events. Yeah, and I look forward to continue serving the student body this year. I'll go ahead and yield the rest of my time for questioning.
We are now in a 7-minute period of questioning. I will start us off here. Describe a time that you have been unbiased, please.
Oh, that's a great question. So there was a time, I'm specifically remembering high school because it was one of the biggest parts of my life. We had to put on some sort of event during COVID, and it was hard to kind of take my feelings away from, I really want to do this and be concerned with everyone's health and safety. So I had to remove my feelings of, I never got to go to prom, I want to do this, I want to do that. And I had to just look at the facts that it was, unsafe to do certain things and plan something that was safe for everyone to do, no matter how I felt about it.
First. Two, if I may. Seeing no one else, sure. Okay, you are still an undergraduate teaching assistant?
Yes.
Okay, and as well as a research assistant?
Correct, yeah.
So you are still doing all that stuff as well as judicial counsel. What is it entail to be a research assistant? Like, what are you working on?
So right now I'm working on what's called satisfaction of search. It's an area of psychology that determines what people look at, how they look at it, how fast they read things. I personally am interested in social media, how people scroll on social media. Are they taking in the information? I'm working on a project about fake news right now. What makes people more susceptible to fake news? Do they even realize that they're getting news on things like TikTok and Instagram? I wear a lot of different hats.
Got you. And with my second question, with all of this work that you're doing, as well as with your actual class, I'm assuming you're taking a full course load or at least half?
Full, yes.
Full.
Yeah.
Okay, so full as well as teaching assistant and research assistant. Do you have time for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did all of this last semester as well. This isn't new this semester. I'm definitely able to well manage my time. I utilize my calendar, utilize a planner, everything has space.
How detailed is your planner? Because mine sucks.
Highlighted, different colors, time blocks.
I gotta work on that. All right, so hearing that you've been in this position before, which training did you find the most insightful of the 3 that you have to complete?
I think fiscal, especially because fiscal appeals are something that were kind of new to us. I definitely appreciated when fiscal leadership came into one of our GBMs and kind of reiterated everything that we had learned. And we did like a fun little Kahoot afterwards. It was a nice refresher.
All right, any questions on the Zoom? You are quiet tonight. Any questions? Borges?
Yeah, I'm trying to join on my computer, so if someone could let me in there, that would be great. But also for a question, can you describe to me an executive session of the Judicial Council and what constitutes an executive session? Like, what is the reason for it?
Sure. So from my understanding, an executive session is so I'm speaking from when we did fiscal, we were to deliberate privately and also vote privately based off of the information that had been given to us after hearing all parties. and it's off the record. It's not even meant to be in the minutes, from my understanding.
First. So you have 3 values that you hold in high esteem as you put into your speech. Can you explain the reasons you hold them in high esteem?
Yeah, so independence is a big one for me. I love to be able to just kind of work on something by myself and then kind of come back with everyone and kind of see where we are. I love to get feedback. I love to get feedback on what I can do better or what people like, what people don't like. That's just a big one for me. Oh, you want me to go through all 3? Okay. I'm trying. I don't have a direct answer as I can't exactly remember right now. I was very focused on more of like the judicial titles. If you would.
The other 2 are organization and kindness.
Okay, organization, my planner. I love to do a lot of things. I love to be involved in a lot of things. And in order to do that, I have to make time blocks for that. And if I want to do other things I want to do, I have to be organized. And I feel like if I'm organized, that makes everyone else's job easier. If I'm working in a group, I have my things, you have your things. I'll send you what I have, you send me what you have. We can collaborate. And kindness, I was kind of thinking about the impartial advising, and it's a very scary process, to get a letter from Sky. So if I can help a student by just being kind and having a smile and reassuring them that hey, everything's going to be okay, like you just made a mistake, that's more than enough for me.
Okay. Borges?
Sorry, it's kind of a follow-up to my previous question. I just wanted more of an answer to the second part. And the second part was kind of what constitutes it more? Like, what are the requirements to have one? What is the purpose behind it? Like, I know for some of it, it's protecting student information.
Yeah, I know that a purpose is for like privacy. I don't have that direct answer for you right now, but I'm definitely willing to look more into that. As physicals were kind of new for us last year, but I'm definitely willing to learn more.
We have 45 seconds left in questioning. First, move to debate. It's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in a 7-minute period of debate. First, the candidate seems to know what she's talking about, which is important in this position, as she's going to be doing a lot of work with individuals that may not know exactly how the process works. It's important to know what that is. I like your resume. You seem to know what you're doing, and I like that you're organized because I can't seem to get that understandable. I might actually have to ask you to help me with figuring out how to be organized because I suck at it. So I would be voting in favor of this candidate. All right, Samilo.
We love hearing that a candidate's well-rounded and has experience. She seems to have a nice head on her shoulder, and I get the same planner vibe from her that I got from Lizzie Vet, so I love that. She does seem really willing to learn, and there are many new things that were introduced to judicial branch last year. So I think even if some of the questions weren't answered correctly or some of them weren't answered completely, I feel like these are things that we can have a discussion about, especially as fiscal leadership, and really sit down with judicial branch and have a conversation with them so that they get more educated on the topic if they need to be.
All right, Borges. Borges, you still there?
Yeah, so I couldn't hear you until just now. So if you were speaking, I couldn't hear it. I was gonna say, yeah, she's great. Seeing her work as a justice, everything was done really great. I know the initiatives were worked on. And the question I asked wasn't directly just about fiscal, but the answer was, definitely good. And I'd love to talk to them more about, just generally those sessions.
All right, in the interest of time, are there any debate and negation? If not, I will take a motion. First, move to vote. It's been a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Same deal. Green check is a yes, red X is a no, and a raised hand is abstaining. With a vote count of 6-0-1, you have been confirmed by ENA.
All right, we are now moving on to our third nominee here. Who's next? All right, 5 minutes whenever you're ready.
Hello, thank you for taking the time to be here today and allowing me to come before you all. I'm Ronaldo Morales Cruz. I'm a rising senior here at UCF, studying philosophy and hoping to attend law school after my graduation. I had the pleasure of serving as Associate Justice seat number 1 last year and had a wonderful time doing that. I hope to fulfill my duties in the position again. I feel like with my previous knowledge and experience in the role, I can continue this culture of reliability and bonding alongside the high quality work that shapes our branch. I have a couple of proposals. The main one that's included in my application regards volunteer opportunities. So if you have questions about that, I'd love to answer them. And yep, I hope that we can work together in the future. I yield my questioning.
All right, we are now in a 7-minute period of questioning. Who would like to get us started? I'm not sure. I'll go first. What do you think is the most important thing that you learned in your student conduct training? You've done it before.
So the most important thing I learned in my student conduct training was about the relationship to the student. I know in one of the previous questions asked, we talked about calming the student down. In the student conduct meeting that I shadowed, we definitely had a case where the student was very nervous and they felt like they were going to go through this very grueling time, when in reality it was a situation where we could assess where we were and calm down a bit and really take the perspective that we're just trying to get better and understand what happened and move along.
All right, Hurst. For a proceeding, what are the step-by-step processes when it comes to a proceeding?
For student conduct or, okay, so typically we'll get a student, for the one that I shadowed, they came into the office with their parent. They told us, hey, we heard, I believe through social media that you guys do impartial advising here, and we're really nervous. It was mainly the student's father that was talking on his behalf. I think the student was really nervous. So his dad was kind of telling us everything was happening. They brought along documents. It was Chief Justice Silva who they had the meeting with. They submitted documents to her. They kind of spoke about what was going to happen, the people that were going to be in contact with them. And we set up a meeting time. Justice Silva sent out an announcement asking if any of us wanted to shadow. It was me and Associate Justice Hansen who went in, and also Associate Justice Van Kirk. And she actually presided over that student conduct, but we got to shadow. And afterwards, she kind of walked them through the steps of what was going to happen. And they went to the preceding meetings with student conduct, which I unfortunately didn't get to attend. I mainly attended the one-on-ones with the student.
Right, so how would you plan on handling disputes then? If it's a case where the student might be in the wrong, but they're not sure and they're just very anxious about it, how would you specifically calm them down?
So during our training, we go through the severity of what could happen. And unless the action is morally reprehensible or extremely wrong, most of the time, the steps that we take to get there will show the student that it won't be as bad as they believe it will be. I haven't had the opportunity to go through a scenario where somebody came in for impartial advising where the situation that they're in has been that bad. So luckily, we do have this great opportunity to let them know, hey, it's not going to be as terrible as you think it's going to be. We can't promise that, of course. Of course, as Associate Justice Hansen said, we're not lawyers, so we can't defend them or promise them really anything. We can only impartially advise them. But we let them know the steps that are going to happen. And we also let them know the different outcomes that happen pertaining to their situation specifically and what we believe best will happen. We always let them know that we can't guarantee that outcome, but that we can hope for that outcome or something less severe, which is usually the case, which really helps them because they're not jumping, the gun thinking that they're going to be expelled immediately or something.
Right, are there any questions on the Zoom? Right, first. Two, if I may. You may. Okay. You work as a facilities and operation dispatcher?
Yes.
What do you do?
So anytime you guys see something broken on campus and you report it to somebody or you call that number that's everywhere, I'm one of the people that responds, and I'll put whatever you find essentially into our system, and I'll contact a maintenance supervisor or a technician directly to send them over there. So if there was a clogged toilet in the bathroom over here and you found it and you sent us an email or went through our online portal or called us, you'd essentially be speaking to me, and I would then get in communication with somebody that can go check it out.
And my second question, along with this work, I'm assuming you're going to keep this position as well?
Yes.
Okay, as well as your academics?
Yes.
And you're taking a full course load?
Yes.
Okay, you have time?
Yes.
You sure?
Yep, my classes are online this upcoming fall, and my senior spring semester is a bit unique. I had the opportunity to graduate last year, but I decided to extend my stay here at UCF. It was a bit premature. I was set up to graduate early. I got a little bit of anxiety because I had to study for the LSAT. I knew I needed a lot more time. So in the spring, I'll primarily be taking my senior exit course, which is just one seminar class. So yeah, for the fall, it's online. I feel pretty prepared. I kind of know all my materials already. So that shouldn't be a burden. And I only work 24 hours a week on the weekends. So I am here pretty much Tuesday through Friday, completely free.
I have a different question. You may. Okay. What committees would you like to be on?
So I served as the vice chair for judicial outreach. I am definitely going to be a part of that committee again. I had a lot of awesome opportunities, like a day at the courthouse, both with student government and as the judicial branch exclusively. So that's one that I'm definitely joining. And I would also love to join judicial experience. I didn't have the opportunity to join that one last year just because of scheduling, but I would love to join it.
We have 24 seconds left in questioning if there's anyone else. Is there a motion? Move to vote, or sorry, debate, not voting yet. There's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we're now in a 7-minute period of debate. Would anyone like to debate first? The candidate seems to know what they're talking about. I feel very bad that you have to be the guy that everyone calls to fix all their problems, because I've seen plenty of problems that people have to call about. And that sounds kind of like it sucks. You seem to know what you're talking about and you want to be more involved, and I appreciate that. I'm curious as to why you'd want to extend, but if you're taking the LSAT, I understand why you wanted to take another year and focus on that. So I just see no reason not to vote for this person. All right, Borges.
Yeah, another great candidate. I remember confirming and voting yes for this candidate before, and he proved us all right that he would do great, and I'll be voting in favor again.
All right, in the interest of time, are there anyone wishing to debate in negation? If not, I will take a motion. Move to vote. It's been a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Same deal. A green check is a yes, a red X is a no, and a raised hand is abstaining. That would be another. We're missing Veniza. Veniza, are you voting or? All right, gotcha. The vote count of 620 to 1, you have been confirmed by ENA. All right. Hang in there, y'all. We're going good. Next is Carly. You have 5 minutes for your speech whenever you are ready.
All right, first and foremost, I just want to say hi, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to me speak today. My name is Carly Berthume. I'm entering my 3rd year here at UCF. I'm majoring in clinical psychology and I'm minoring in marketing. Outside of judicial, I'm a part of the Residence Hall Association, the National Residence Hall Honorary, Her Campus Media, and I'm currently doing a sports marketing internship. I've served as justice this past year, acting as the committee chair for the Judicial Outreach Committee, and I was a part of the Judicial Experience Committee as well. I've loved my experience, and I'm so fortunate to have spent this, like the last meeting of JOC, we kind of got together and we got some feedback and data that was really exciting. So I'm super excited to join again this year. And I would love to just reach a larger portion of the student body. Alongside the marketing promotion of the branch, I'm also super interested in fostering intra-branch relations and inter-branch relations. So I'd hope to collaborate not only alongside my future justices, but also other branches as well to make sure that we can best support each other and that our goals are all collectively achieved. And with that, I yield my time.
We are now in a 7-minute period of questioning. I will start us off by asking what experiences you have working with the other branches.
Yeah, so informally, I was on the IM volleyball team. That was a super fun experience. And I know that feels kind of random to mention right now, but just kind of doing that, I kind of had the opportunity to build really positive relationships with the people on the team. And when it came to kind of our business decisions, I really felt that I had a more empathetic approach when they were approaching us with certain issues. So I really think that it's super important for us to kind of build that personal relationship, because I believe that the positive professional relationship is soon to follow. I also have done my best to make sure that I have supported the goals of the other branches as well. And going forward, I'd love to join some caucuses to make sure that I'm also ensuring that those goals are being achieved. Specifically, I loved that there was some promotion of natural hair care products on campus, which is something that I have long time pushed for. So I thought that was really exciting, and I am really excited to see what else I can do going forward.
All right, Borges.
2, if I may.
You may.
The first one is if you could change anything from the Constitution, the student body Constitution, not the United States one, what would you change?
Oh, wow. I don't know if this is something that I would change, but something I would more implement. I think something that would hold ourselves to a certain standard of transparency is super important to me. I know we're kind of all aware of the fact that there's definitely been some contention between student government and kind of the student body, especially on social media. So I think something that's super important is that we are holding ourselves accountable to make sure that we're being as transparent as possible, and we're letting the students know that we're here to help them, because we really do exist to serve the students.
And then my second question, how long does your term last? And when does it end?
Yeah, so last year I was in C2, so my seat only lasted until the end of the year because it was an odd year, and it will be the same situation this year as well. And I'm also graduating, so just end regardless.
First. 2, please.
You may.
Okay, the first one is just curious because he said it with the Constitution. What would you do with the actual Constitution, the federal one?
That's interesting.
I'm very curious now.
Brother, the actual Constitution.
You don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
No,
I'm
you don't
not
have to.
gonna
I'm
lie,
just
I don't
curious.
think I have a very good answer for that. But
It's on public record.
I can definitely get back to you on that.
Fair enough. I'm gonna have a conversation then. And then my second question is actually more focused on this. You have a lot of work you're doing right now. You're doing campus communications, judicial outreach, marketing, and then associate justice. You're wanting to that still.
Yes.
So that's all current things you're doing, as well as your course load.
Yeah, so some of it is definitely shifting as I enter this upcoming semester. So the campus communications coordinator position, I actually was promoted last week to the national communications coordinator. And that is a job that is only relevant every couple of months when we host a national conference for the Department of Housing. So that is no longer a longitudinal position. It's just something that pops up concurrently. So thankfully, that is definitely something that decreases my course load. And the marketing internship as well is just a summer internship. So that will be done by the fall semester as well.
Okay, and your course load for this fall semester and spring semester?
Full-time.
Full-time for both? You know my question.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay, so what is your ideal office atmosphere and how do you plan on creating that?
Yeah, so something super important to me is just making sure that everyone feels comfortable. I know that a lot of people coming into this position, and me especially, I kind of felt like I had a little bit of like imposter syndrome, where I was like, I do not know as much as everyone else knows. So something I really want to make sure is I am opening up for questions. If I'm hosting any type of meeting or if I'm presenting something, I'm making sure that everyone is comfortable speaking to me about any questions that they may have, that I myself am asking those difficult questions, just to make sure that we are all on a team and we're all making sure that no one feels like they are not an equal contributor, because then that will just hold them back from allowing the branch to achieve their goals.
First, this is a polite question, I promise. How do you plan on creating more inter-branch communication and creating that like camaraderie between branches?
Yeah, definitely. I think something super important, like I said, is to really support each other's goals. I know sometimes it can kind of feel like we're all so busy with our own things that we don't really consider what everyone else is doing. So I think maybe just plugging in every once in a while and coming to Senate and being like, you know what, this is something that someone's working on and that really aligns with my goal. So maybe I can have that private conversation with them and we can really talk about what's going on. Like I know this past school year, there was an initiative to kind of offer some hurricane relief, which I thought was really interesting. So just really becoming more involved with stuff like that is something I'm definitely interested in.
And what do you think is more important, the spirit of the law or the letter of the law?
In my personal opinion, I believe the spirit of the law. I think that laws are written intentionally with a little bit of ambiguity because situations change, circumstances change. And I think it's super important to look at how some things might apply differently to different situations. So I would definitely say spirit of the law.
Any other questions on the Zoom? Borges?
I feel bad. I finally found my list of questions, so my questions are a little harder now. Are you able to explain two of your responsibilities as an associate justice from the JRP?
Yeah, absolutely. I know one of our responsibilities is serving as a member of Student Conduct Board that can be chosen to act on a hearing. We are also responsible for hearing parking appeals, which is definitely a large portion of our job as well.
And can you disclose any conflicts of interest that may arise in your role?
Yeah, as of right now, I don't have any personally. All of the RSOs that I'm a part of are independently funded by the Department of Housing and not something that maybe Senate would have to hear for financial assistance. So personally, I don't have many right now. I do have like friends on campus or I have a sibling incoming, but I'm definitely more than capable of recusing myself if I'm well aware of the fact that I do not want to like diminish the integrity of a situation.
We have 25 seconds left in questioning. We'll take a motion if we don't have any more questions. First, move to debate. It's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in a 7-minute period of debate. First.
Hold on, Kylie, you still have your check mark up, just letting you know. Okay, just didn't want to like leave it there. Candidates we're talking about, my question for all of you is going to be the exact same of making sure you have time for this because I know it is kind of a big thing you're working on. You seem to know what you're doing, have time. I'm very interested to see your actual answer on that particular question. You know what you're doing. I trust your judgment, so I'm good to vote with this person.
Borges?
Sorry to be a broken record, but I think they'll be great yet again. It's kind of hard to argue against them being confirmed again when they did such a great job being a justice in the past.
Right, in the interest of time, is there anyone wishing to debate in negation? If not, I will take a motion. First,
move to vote. Somebody else talk, please.
There's been a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. You guys know the spiel with the symbols. Vanessa, are you ready to vote? With the vote count of 6-0 to 1, you have been confirmed by ENA. I think we can get our 5th through. We're good?
Yeah, so basically I kind of wrapped up the fiscal legislation a bit like quicker so that y'all can have an extra like 10-15 minutes. So y'all are good until 8, but I would cap it at like 7:55.
Okay. With that in mind, then Daniel, are you ready to go? Okay, 5 minutes whenever you are ready.
Hello, committee members. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Daniel Rivera. I'm a South Florida native and a rising honors sophomore here studying international global studies with minors in diplomacy and intelligence and national security. My journey at student government here started with SGLC, where I gained the invaluable experience of connecting with all of these amazing individuals as they were already justices. And while I had the high honor of being appointed and confirmed to this seat this past March, so while my time on the council has been short, it was a whirlwind experience that I'm thrilled to start again. It's made me a better leader and a servant to the student body, and I've come to love this position and this family that we made. Some of my goals outside of the branch include a relationship with Senate. One of my goals initially was to join the Hispanic caucus. Unfortunately, since my tenure was short, there was a lot of turnover, not just with the judicial branch, but also at Senate, and I'm thrilled to connect with those people this time around. We all are here for one purpose, and that's to serve the student body, and I'm excited to continue that work here, and I yield my time for questioning.
We are now in a 7-minute period of questioning. Hurst, if you'd like to get us started.
You know my question. You are a full-time student, I'm assuming?
I am.
Okay, and that for the next couple of semesters?
Yes,
And you're also working with the Burnett College Honors College?
I am.
Do you have time?
I do.
Are you sure?
I do.
Okay.
They are beyond flexible over at the college, which is
Okay.
great.
My other question, I have to go find it because I was looking at your statement. Where'd it go? It was something in Spanish and I want to know what it said because I
will
forget.
ask something now. then.
Oh,
What is
okay.
your definition of biased and unbiased?
My definition of unbiased is when it's more of a situational, but when you approach a situation and you have a preconceived notion of something, when you can't necessarily go into that impartial, and already leaning one way or the other. And unbiased is just the opposite, where you can approach a situation and look at the hard facts and not have any prior conflicts of interest.
Hurst?
I found it. Okay, so in your 400 word or less statement, it says something in Spanish, and I took Spanish, but I suck at it. No me importa, lo vas a hacer. What does that mean?
It's my mom saying that it doesn't matter, I'm gonna have to do it.
I like that. Can I borrow that?
Go ahead.
Awesome.
Go.
So when would you plan on attending a Senate meeting? And how many do you have to attend per semester?
You have to attend, I think it's at least one. I've already attended, I was at all the cabinet confirmations because a lot of my friends are on there, and I was there to support them. So I'm more than welcome to come to them. It's the requirement is at least one.
Yeah, any questions on the Zoom? Tyler?
Did you read the student body constitution? And if so, what was your favorite part?
I've given this answer several times and it's stayed the same because it's so true, is that our preamble, I think, is the best part just because it gives a mission statement to all of us. Each branch has a different function and we all provide different services, but our mission is the same, is to serve our student body.
With that, I will ask, what is your previous experience with student conduct and the Golden Rule?
So unfortunately, due to my short tenure, I wasn't able to attend the Sky training that all of these people had in the fall retreat, just because I was a JLCer during that time. So I don't have necessarily the exact experience of being trained with them, but I'm really excited to get started with that. I think it's our summer retreat is where we get trained for that.
Right. Any other questions on the Zoom? Hurst?
2, if I may.
You may.
How often do you plan on being in the office?
I'm already here all the time, so
I see you a
that's
lot.
not going to change.
Okay, and then what was it? Did you do the SGLC program?
I did.
Okay, how much did you learn from that?
It was incredible. I'm so eternally grateful for that program. It made me meet some of my family that they're my friends, but they're really my family, and meet some incredible individuals that I've gotten to work with. First, Chief Justice Silva was my mentor, and I also mentored under former Chief Justice Sage. And it gave me the experience of sitting in on these meetings when I wasn't a justice, and learning how we operate, and how the other branches operate also in the fall semester. And I'll always, plug the program. I was an orientation ambassador this past season for the Honors College, and I've plugged the program as many times as I can because I think it's a great way to get our students involved in this process.
I'll follow up. as a mentor, what kind of things would you implement that you had with you as a mentee?
Mhm.
How would you adjust those things for yourself?
I wouldn't honestly, like, I had an incredible experience, so there's not too much that I would change. I think the biggest thing was really just attend the meetings because there's nothing like being there present and seeing how dynamic functions, but also what our statutory processes are. And I would just, when I have a mentee, as hopefully being confirmed today, would be to continue that culture and having them be present because it's one of the critical aspects of this job.
Any other questions on the Zoom? Borges?
Were you a justice at the time of the last fiscal appeal?
I was not.
May I ask a follow-up?
You may.
Do you understand what a fiscal appeal is, and can you describe it?
Generally, they pretty much, the RSOs would go through the entire sanction process of, funding and then a misuse and being seen by ORS and being sanctioned. And at that point, there's a statutory limit on how many days they can submit an appeal, but they'd submit the appeal to the Chief Justice. And then all parties would attend a hearing before the council, and we would then go ahead and private deliberate between all the information given to us and then make a decision whether to uphold the decision of the ORS committee or to reverse it.
And what is an experience that you believe will help you in acting as a mentor on the SGLC?
Honestly, was just being part of the program. I know a lot of the student government agents weren't, and they don't necessarily understand what the program is. But I think being part of it and being a successful story from it is like the best way to get to know how to guide a mentee. And I'm so excited to have one. It's kind of like our big little. And just that, I think, is being part of the program and knowing what a good experience I had and providing that for someone else.
Okay, we have about a minute left in questioning. Anyone else on the Zoom? If not, I will take a motion. First, move to debate. It's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in a 7-minute period of debate. Borges?
I want someone other than me and Amanda to debate, but I'll be voting in favor. As a justice for the short time he did great. I think he'll do great again.
DeMarlo?
Yeah, I'll also be voting in favor. I mean, just from personal experience, they're a very kind individual and being very proactive and getting involved in the judicial branch, even just as like an SGLCer is amazing. So for those reasons, and also just his like answers to his questions and the documentation he provided, I think he's a great match.
I saw Samilla had a hand up. I'm not sure if she's still there. Yeah, I'm not sure. Kylie, did you have your hand up? Or?
I was just gonna say the same thing as everybody else. I love Daniel. I went through SGLC with Mr. Rivera, and like I have nothing bad to say. He's a slay. So yeah.
Hurst?
May I retain?
You may.
Okay, he's fine. Move to vote.
It's been a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Again, the green check is a yes, the red X is a no, and a raised hand is abstaining. Okay, the vote count of 6-0 to 1, you have been confirmed by ENA. All right, moving forward with the caucus agenda. We have no bills, no resolutions, member discussion. Guys, you know better, yeah? All right, perfect. Miscellaneous business, none. Is there a motion?
Motion to adjourn pending final roll call.
It's been a motion to adjourn pending final roll call. Are there any objections? Seeing none, Vice Chair Decorah? Yeah.
Same as initial.
All right, I hereby adjourn this meeting at 7:51 p.m. Great job, y'all.
It's just the way you asked it. It was like hilarious. I get that. We will start at like 55, give them a little breather, you know. Hoping we can get through because we have about an hour. I mean, we can kind of the sign over. I don't even how do you even do that? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Thanks, Brody. Yeah, they're back in the Zoom because the breakout room like disintegrated. Yeah. I mean, the questions are pretty thorough. I don't think there's going to be any more questions because judicial confirmations are so easy. So no, I get it. You're good. You're amazing. I'm gonna literally miss you so much. I was devastated when you said you were gonna be here for fall. Like I'm gonna keep
watch if I can.
I'm still gonna be sad.
I'll text Ethan and you and like tell you not to listen to Ethan and don't take him for your help just to piss him off. He's not here today, so I'm like annoying him with text messages like you should be here. You should be here.
Oh my god.
He's taking a nap in California.
Oh my god. He's in Cali.
He's visiting family.
I'm so jealous. Oh yeah, he does go there often. I forgot about that.
And then I think Ethan's at a thing right now, so they're not here at the moment.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till Reese to come back and you to come back, and then we'll start. I know, it's so weird. Where's Aiden? Oh. His sister's so cute. I literally can't. So cute. I just knew she'd be here with like with an iPad. I just knew it. I said I knew he was gonna bring his sister with like an iPad. It's so cute. I'll give them one more minute to converse a little bit. We're not in too much of a rush. Yeah, especially because the thing is like, now that you ask the questions and they can't ask any like other questions. I don't think there's going to be anything to like, I think there might be one other because Tyler might think of something else to ask maybe. So, he asked some good questions. So who knows? But I think an hour should suffice. And if we go a little bit over, I mean, you don't think so? Okay. I'm just like looking for a nose piercing because mine fell out in my sleep. And like I feel like I'm having identity crisis without it. Yeah, it's really bad. I'm like, hey, Patel, when did you get here?
I've always been here.
AJ.
I'm messing with you.
Are you connected to the audio?
Me?
We can't hear you, AJ.
But I'm talking. You sure? Hello?
Brody, we can't hear AJ.
He just said, but I'm talking.
Can't hear AJ talking. Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, y'all, we're gonna start. Wait, but AJ, did we get you in quorum? No? Okay, so, okay. All right. Call this meeting back to order at 8 p.m. Senator Patel.
Present and voting.
So noted at 7:59, 8 p.m. Same thing. All right, thanks. All righty. All right, internal committee reports, ENA committee, Chair Kana.
Hi guys, you're hearing from me a lot tonight, I know, but point blank again, as I said this in committee, for those of you who weren't there, from now on explicitly, ENA will be enforcing a 24 hours notice standard to use materials at confirmation meetings. And I want to apologize again for judicial for not stating that explicitly. That's on me. But yeah, we just caucused tonight for y'all, so that is good. We're out of the way there, and now we'll be moving on to see them on the Senate tonight.
Are there any questions for Chair Kana? Seeing none, LJR Committee Chair Yalaman Chili. Or Chair, sorry.
Oh, I get to talk. Okay, cool. More of my voice. Okay, so Vihan says, hello, everyone. My apologies for not being able to make it to part of the Senate meeting tonight. LGR met today at 3 p.m., saw 6 absence requests, which we approved 5 and postponed 1. I'm also glad to have AG Moore join in for her first LGR meeting. And then all the people that we had things for. And this day in history, June 15th, 1752. America's great founding father, Benjamin Franklin, was able to prove that lighting is a form of electricity by shocking himself. All right, museums recommended by members LJR committee. There are a couple of them. I'm not going to list them all out because we have like time crunch, but there are quite a few that the LJR committee decided they wanted us to go see.
Are there any questions for Chair Hurst regarding the LGR committee report? Oh, good. Similo? Oh,
Where's my good morning if I haven't gotten good morning yet?
You didn't put it, they didn't put in the thing. I'm sorry. Good morning if you haven't gotten good morning. Good afternoon if you haven't gotten
Thank you.
Good night if you haven't gotten good night.
Are there any other questions for Chair Hurst?
Please no.
Seeing none, SBA committee Chair Hurst.
Dang it. All right. Hi, everybody. I've been meeting with exec members throughout the week, talking about their initiatives and making a master list of all of them so we can keep track of whatever's going on, both with exec as well as with Senate. I'm going to try and make a blended list, and with hopefully with judicial as well. We can meet sometime next week with Interim Chief Justice Silva, so we can talk about that later. I have hopefully been able to do that as well. And then please take time for yourselves. Don't pressure yourself to do too much or always be available. Please get some sleep. I have been doing the same, so you can't get me on that one anymore. Ha.
Are there any questions for Chair Hurst regarding the SBA committee report? D-Leg Morissette.
It's not necessarily for Chair Hurst, but did you intentionally skip GAP announcements? Or did I miss GAP?
Temple's not here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, did I skip over?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I thought you did it because Temple wasn't
I'm
here.
so
You just skipped it.
sorry. Well, Do they have to be read out, Brody, or can I just, okay. Well, if you want to see GAP committee's report, you can go ahead and take a look at that at the agenda since Chair Temple isn't here today. Ooh, dang, that's, I don't know why it's like that. Okay. Confirmations, is there a motion for our confirmations today? Chair Kana?
Motion for 3-minute speeches, 3-minute debate, and 3-minute questioning.
Are there any, well, sorry, are there any, there's been a motion for 3-minute speeches, 3-minute questioning, 3-minute debate. Are there any objections? Okay, sorry, my Zoom is like, okay. Seeing none, there was seeing no objections. I guess that stands. Our first, so you can find the confirmation materials, their resume, and any supporting documents will be in the materials right above their names. And the first individual that we'll have is Ronaldo Morales Cruz for Judicial Seat 1. Ronaldo, you have 3 minutes. When you are ready, just let me know and I'll start our timer.
Thank you. I'm ready.
Okay.
Alrighty. Hello. Thank you for taking the time to be here today and allowing me to come before you all. I am Ronaldo Morales Cruz. I'm a senior here at UCF studying philosophy, and I hope to attend law school after graduation. Fingers crossed. It's my pleasure to hopefully fulfill my duties in the position of Associate Justice Seat number 1 in the judicial branch again. With my previous knowledge and experience in the role, I believe I can continue a culture of reliability and bonding alongside the high quality work that shapes our branch. If you do not know me, a little background about myself. I'm from Fort Myers, Florida. It's a little mid-sized town in Southwest Florida. And some of my interests include music and tennis. So I'm sure you've heard the bands infiltrate parking garages, and I'm sure many of you have rented rackets out from the RWC. So let me know if you guys would like to do that sometime together. I'm also, as I mentioned before, a philosophy major. I have an interest in ancient Greek and moral philosophy, primarily concerned with education and the study of sophistry. And lastly, I work with UCF directly as a facilities dispatcher. My relationship with UCF has been a little bit bittersweet as I enter my last year of my undergraduate degree. By far, my best experience has been being a part of the judicial branch. I wish that I had joined earlier. I actually found out about the branch through social media, so I'm really interested in being a part of that initiative once more, so there's more people like me. Last year was particularly demanding for me, so I wasn't able to throw myself in as much as I wanted to, but this year, a lot more opportunities have opened up, and I'm really excited to really delve into all the branches. On that note, I do have a couple of prospective proposals for the judicial branch regarding some volunteer opportunities. If you guys would like to ask me about that. I served as the Judicial Outreach Vice Chair and was a part of the President Committee for the first term last year, or excuse me, the first semester last year. I had to leave due to some time constraints. But yes, I'd love to work with everybody else again and really put myself out there, because I really feel a bit more comfortable in my role now that I've been in these pants for a little bit longer. I yield my time.
Awesome. We are now in questioning. Are there any questions for Mr. Morales? And make sure not to repeat any questions that ENA had during their caucus time. I'll take at least 1 or 2 questions. Senator Sandlin.
You say you have a specific interest in like ancient Greek philosophy. Are there any particular thinkers that have motivated how you've conducted yourself throughout your time at UCF?
Could you repeat the middle part of that? Are there any specific what?
There's like historical figures.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Sandlin, can you repeat that a little bit, like more into your mic, if you don't mind?
Oh yeah, sorry. My Wi-Fi cut out a little bit earlier, so I might be having some issues. But like any specific thinkers or like historical figures
Thinkers.
in the field.
Let's get it straight here. Plato is the greatest philosopher who's ever lived. He does have his wrongdoings, which I don't agree with those, but I think that he is the one of the champions of thought, at least in the Western world. Really, his Republic is, I think, one of the most revered works, rightfully, specifically on his points of justice and imitation. And I think it really, really highlights a lot of contemporary news outlets, actually, specifically regarding, imitation and what it really means to know something. So yeah, that's my answer.
Are there any other questions for the candidate? Seeing none, I'll take a motion. Hurst.
Move to debate.
There's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. I'll take at least one of debate. Hurst.
Two things.
You may.
I wish that Vihan was here because you guys wouldn't go nuts over ancient history. I think Ethan would also be very excited about that. As for your actual candidacy, you are very poised and you actually understand the process of working in the judiciary branch already. I think you'll be a good candidate to continue that work.
Are there any other sentiments from any senators for this candidate? Sandlin?
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and say that I know absolutely nothing about philosophy, but he seemed really passionate about it, so I trust his spirit, so I'll be voting in favor.
Are there any other senators wishing to speak during debate? Seeing none.
Motion to move to voting procedures.
We are now in voting procedure. I mean, is there any objections? All right, we are now in voting procedures. All right, with a vote count of 30 to 0 to 2, congratulations on getting judicial seat 1.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All righty, next up we have okay, I really don't want to butcher this, but okay, let me try though. Carly Berthia. Berthia, really? Wow. Okay. Wait, so how do you say it again? Berthium. Oh, okay, perfect. I just want to get it right for next time I see you, All right. 3 minutes when you're ready, Carly.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Thank you all for taking the time today to hear a little bit about me. My name is Carly Berthium, and I'm going into my 3rd year here at UCF. I'm majoring in clinical psychology and minoring in marketing. Outside of judicial, I am a part of the Residence Hall Association, National Residence Hall Honorary, her campus media, and a sports marketing internship. I have served as justice this past year, acting as the committee chair for the Judicial Outreach Committee and a member of the Judicial Experience Committee as well. I've loved my experience so far, and I'm so fortunate to have spent the last meeting of the semester with JOC, collecting some data and feedback about improvements for the upcoming year regarding our capabilities of reaching a larger branch of the student body for their betterment. Alongside marketing promotion of the branch, a really large goal of mine is fostering intra-branch relations and inter-branch relations as well. So I would kind of hope to collaborate alongside my fellow justices and the student government overall to support and uplift each other so we can all best achieve our collective goal of serving the student body. Thank you all again for listening to me speak in front of you all today. And with that, I yield my time.
Awesome. We are now in questioning. Are there any questions for our candidate? I will take at least one, and someone we haven't heard from in at least like committee and Senate all night. So I'm going to take someone new. Are there any questions? Senator Hochfelder?
Hi, yeah, thanks for being here with us tonight. I just wanted to ask, what's one role model that you think has kind of led you morally to, going for this position? How do you think having that role model will kind of inform how you act in this position?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is going to sound so cliche, but a huge role model for me has been our Chief Justice, Elizabeth Silva. I actually applied for judicial branch last year solely because of her. I did not know anything about it, but her experience with it sounded fantastic. And she really jumped in head first and she made a true impact. So she was definitely, if not the largest impact on how I kind of conducted myself in this role. And just kind of getting to work with her and like beneath her has definitely been a huge honor for me.
Are there any other questions for our candidate? All right, seeing none, I'll take a motion.
Motion to move to question.
Well, to debate.
Debate,
Yeah,
sorry.
it's okay. There's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. I'll take at least one piece of debate. If not, a motion. Pro Tempore DeMarla.
I'll debate. So I really like this candidate. I'll be voting in favor. I think she did a wonderful job kind of explaining like why she wants this position, how she'll fit in well. I like all the documentation that was provided about her. I think it makes her a really good fit for the judicial branch. So I'm voting in favor.
Are there any other senators wishing to speak in debate? Seeing none, Kana.
Motion to move to voting procedures.
There's been a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. All right, with a vote count of 31 to 0 to 3, congratulations, Justice Perfume.
Thank you.
All righty, next we have Daniel Rivera. You have 3 minutes when you're ready, Daniel.
Hi, Senate. Thank you so much for having me here tonight. My name is Daniel Rivera. I'm a South Florida native and an honors student here studying international and global studies with minors in diplomacy and intelligence and national security. My journey to student government started at SGLC, where I then had the following honor of being appointed and confirmed to the seat in this past March. While my seat on the council expired and my time has been short, it's been a whirlwind experience that made me a better leader and a servant to our student body, and I'm thrilled to join again. The judicial branch is unique in its function as our reactive branch, where our services are for students in needs for something as simple as a parking appeal or a daunting situation like a conduct hearing. Our work is honest and it's virtuous, and it's where my appreciation and love for the council grew even more. We are all here for one purpose: to serve our student body. My parents' life work in ministry and charity in South Florida enshrined service as a pillar early in my life. My mother always taught that service was never to find gold or glory, but always to put our community above ourselves. It's why I seek the seat on the council once again. Thank you for your time, and I yield for questioning.
All right, we are now in questioning. Are there any questions for Mr. Rivera? D-Leg Morissette.
Daniel, can you describe a time where you have been unbiased?
Sure. Honestly, all of our parking appeals, I sat on every one that I could before my seat expired. It's really just showing up with a clear mind and being able to look at facts as they come in, seeing both sides. In parking appeals, it's pretty much just parking citations and then the student and hearing both sides and then deciding from there.
Are there, Hurst?
Want to make sure you can see my hand. With the parking appeals, what is the process with that particular hearing?
So judicial, we're the second level of hearing for parking appeals. Pretty much you have to go through citation services first. They have their own appeals committee, and usually they end up denying because they're the one who gave the ticket. And then we hear that case, the student comes to us through our form on Night Connect. They provide, if there's any extenuating circumstances like a disability or a doctor's note, they provide those to us, and then some of them are over the phone, some of them are written or in person, and then we hear their case and decide from there.
Are there any other questions for our candidate? Seeing none, I'll take a motion. No?
Motion to move to debate.
There's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Butler, are you objecting? No? Okay. We are now in debate. Are there any senators wishing to speak in debate? Butler and then Morissette and then Pullman. Oh, okay. We'll go Butler, Morissette, then Whitson.
Okay, so I'll be voting in favor of this candidate as it seems like his previous experience and knowledge will definitely help the judicial branch. And he genuinely seems interested in this position, which I think is a great thing. So yeah.
Morissette?
Kind of similar to what was said in ENA. I've seen Daniel through SGLC. He was one of the first of us to actually get a position in the actual student government as a whole. And I feel like that kind of shows his initiative, and to see him want to go for his position again, I'm excited to see what he'll do. He's a great candidate and I will be voting in favor.
Whitson?
I actually have to abstain because Daniel is my roommate, but I would just like to say that I think he is like one of the smartest people I know and is very well spoken. So I urge you guys to vote in favor of him.
And then Pullman.
Yeah, so I had the pleasure of working with Daniel in SGLC. So I have firsthand knowledge. I can attest that he's driven, hardworking, unbiased. I will be voting upwards, and I encourage everyone to do the same.
Kanawha?
Motion to move to voting procedures.
There's been a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. All right, with a vote count of 32-0-2, congratulations, Justice Rivera.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Jake Hansen for Judicial Seat 5. You have 3 minutes when you're ready, Jake.
All right. Hello, everyone. So for those of you that don't know me, I'll try to keep this short and sweet. My name is Jake Hansen. I'm a rising senior from Sarasota, majoring in political science on the international affairs track. I also have minors in sociology and environmental studies. My background in student government started in SGLC, so I'm really familiar with the program. I launched right into JLC right after that. And then I applied for my first seat here on the judicial branch last year, almost exactly a year ago today. So I've been involved pretty much from the start with student government. I've also served on president and judicial experience committees. I was vice chair and chair for judicial experience. And then I also served very briefly this last semester as internal assistant chief justice. So I feel very capable to keep continuing in this role. I'm very familiar with our services, and a lot of my goals this time around really focus on expanding our outreach goals in terms of the different academic colleges on campus, bringing those grade appeals numbers up, even those fiscal appeals as well, since we're still relatively new at them, letting RSOs know that those are options as well. Just really trying to get our services out there. But with that, I'll yield the rest of my time to questioning.
We are now questioning. Are there any senators wishing to question the candidate? All right, at least one, y'all. I'll go DeMarla, then Hawk Elder.
Yeah, thank you for speaking. So I know that as you mentioned, you were a justice last year. What do you think is the biggest lesson, whether it's just like a general lesson or like a specific one that you felt like will change the way that you will be a justice this year?
I think the biggest lesson was kind of moving into leadership and learning more about, the role that we play as whether it's committee leadership or branch leadership. And just more like the behind the scenes work, I think gives me a lot more like understanding solid ground to work on in terms of anything as simple as a parking appeal. I was able to start writing the rationales for those, so I understand a lot more on that side now. So just understanding more of the branch and its processes as a whole, I think will help me, especially in terms of promoting those to students.
Hochfelder?
Yeah, thanks for coming before us. I've liked everything I've heard so far. Who's a personal role model for you that kind of informs how you act in these positions, and why?
Not to copy Carly, but I'm also going to have to say Chief Justice Silva, and then also External Assistant Chief Justice, the past one, Shelby as well. Shelby was actually like my first friend in SGLC. And then also like Lizzie-Beth is just someone that I think everyone should look up to in terms especially of branch leadership. They really influence, wanting to try harder in the branch in terms of going for leadership positions. And then also like, it was just fun to show up to any meeting as well. So I think I really pull a lot from them as well.
Are there any other questions for the candidate? Seeing none, I'll take a motion. Oh wait, Hochfelder. Oh, no, Kana.
Motion to move to debate.
There's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we're now in debate. Any candidates? I mean, not candidates, senators. Richmond?
He seems very qualified, so I'll be voting in favor.
Any other senators wishing to speak? All right, Kana.
Motion to move to voting procedures.
There's been a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. All right, with the vote count of 31 to 0 to 1, congratulations, Justice Hansen. All right, our last justice seat, Alyssa Haynes for Judicial Seat 6. You have 3 minutes when you're ready, Alyssa.
Thank you so much. Good evening, Senate. My name is Alyssa Hayes. I'm a psychology major on the neuroscience track. I have an ultimate goal of attaining a PhD and becoming a neuropsychologist. Outside of judicial, I also conduct research for the Adult Development and Decision Lab here at UCF, and I'm currently completing an honors thesis. Last year, I had the privilege of serving on the judicial branch where I heard parking appeals and attended events to teach the student body about our services and became vice chair of the Judicial Experience Committee. When it came time to apply this year, I knew I wanted to do better than last year. This time, my initiatives revolve around increasing interbranch relationships in student government and also increasing communication between the branches to foster more collaboration and joint projects. If confirmed, I'd like to plan bonding and educational events that all SG agents could attend. And I think it would be cool to come together and have like a collab of the century with certain events. Thank you all so much for your time and hearing me, and I'm happy to yield for questions.
All right. We are now in questioning. Are there any senators wishing to ask a question? Zeeland Morset.
What spiked your interest in wanting to have kind of a stronger connection with Senate and the judicial branch?
I'm sorry, I think I missed the middle of that. Can you repeat it one more time?
Yeah, what's spiked your interest in wanting to have a stronger connection with the legislative branch, with the judicial branch?
Yeah, that's a great question. last year I know that specifically I'm thinking about the caucuses. They did some amazing initiatives last year that I was really interested in. But sometimes like I would hear them in the announcements at Senate, and by the time Senate's done, I've totally forgot about it. And there were a lot of initiatives and things that were going on that I was super interested and wanted to collaborate with. And I didn't want to miss that chance again this year.
Hochfelder?
Hi, thanks for coming. I've liked everything I've heard so far. What's like one kind of like, I guess, like moral concept or philosophy that, oh, sorry, I think my ringer went off, that you keep in mind when you're in a position of power and you're kind of having to deal with, certain rulings or procedures that affect people that aren't in a position of power? Like, what is something that you keep in mind when you're kind of adjudicating that, besides like being, not being biased?
Yeah, that's a great question. I personally follow what I was taught to be the golden rule: do unto others as you would have done to you. I always treat others with kindness and fairness and respect, as that's how I would want to be treated. And no matter what position I'm in, I'm happy to do that for any person.
Are there any other questions for our candidate? Seeing none, I'll take a motion. Hurst?
Move to debate.
There's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. Are there any senators wishing to speak in debate? Pro Tempore DeMarla.
I'll be speaking in favor. I actually saw this candidate last year when I voted her in for ENA, and just since then she's been very kind, has been really important for the judicial branch. And I remember last year she really made an impact because I really liked how she focused a lot on like understanding how Senate works and how she can play a role in student government, just not just the judicial branch. So for those reasons, I'll be voting in favor.
Are there any other senators wishing to speak in debate? Seeing none, Kana.
Motion to move to voting procedures.
There's been a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. With a vote count of 34 to 0 to 1, congratulations, Justice Hayes.
Thank you.
Okay, for our College of Medicine seat 1 sign over, we have Nupur Shah.
Hello.
And I'll see some of y'all throughout the office and our other candidates next week. Have a great weekend, everyone. Nupur, is that how you say your name?
Yeah.
Awesome, great. All right, you have 3 minutes whenever you're ready.
Okay, hello everyone. I hope everyone is having a great night so far. Thank you for taking the time to have me speak to you all today. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to make it in person. A little bit about me. My name is Nupur Shah, and I'm an upcoming senior in the College of Medicine and Honors College here at UCF. I'm majoring in biomedical sciences with minors in psychology and medical sociology. I'm currently a pre-dental student, and I'm planning on attending dental school after I graduate next spring. This is my first time being involved with student government, and I'm really excited and appreciative of Senator Luthra reaching out to me to speak to you all about taking over his position in seat 1 for this semester as he prepares for his MCAT. I'm really excited to be more involved with you guys and advocate for the student body. Thank you.
Are there any questions for Ms. Shaw? I'll take at least one. Hochfelder?
Yeah, so just Yeah, in terms of, kind of what you want to do in terms of like dental school, med school, caring for people, how do you think that kind of bleeds over into your service or in the Senate, advocacy? Do you think that like carries over just you wanting to help people, or is there something deeper than that?
I definitely think it kind of has to do with both. I think that it's really important whether you're a healthcare professional or someone in any kind of government position, just to be able to make the best decisions for who you're taking care of, I guess. It's important to remain unbiased and to really offer the best outcome for anyone. So I guess it does translate over.
Do you like more set?
Do you plan on working on any initiatives or working towards any goals as your time as a sign over this semester?
Yeah, so I actually wanted to, if possible, work with the Disability Caucus and the LJR committee. Just after speaking to Senator Luthra and seeing how involved he is with those, it was something that I just was really interested in.
First,
Are there any other committees or caucuses you wanted to focus with other than the ones that Luthra has been doing?
I'm open to anything. Yeah, I'm really open to anything.
are there any senators with questions? We don't have any materials for this candidate, so please be very thorough. We can always, well, actually, is there a motion to extend speeches by like 2 minutes?
So moved.
I mean, not speeches, questioning by 2 minutes.
So moved.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. Samilo?
Hi, thank you for your interest. My question for you today is, what group of people do you feel most driven to represent for? I know that you're in the College of Medicine, but what is like one of your main goals while being in Senate?
Yeah, so going based off that, separate from the College of Medicine, like I said, I really wanted to be an advocate in the Disability Caucus. I've worked with people with disabilities, even in like RSOs on campus, and I think that it's really important to work with people who have disabilities and just be able to advocate for those along with any pre-health professional students.
Do you like more set? Is that another question?
Yes. Did we extend the time yet?
Yeah, by 2 minutes.
Oh, so it's already extended?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
It has been extended.
oh, it has been. Okay, so can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Can you name off the top of your head as many committees that you know of?
Of committees, the LJR committee, that's the first, really the only one I know.
Pro Tempore DeMarla.
Hi, sorry. Can you guys hear me? My like mic is acting kind of weird on my side.
We can hear you.
Okay. So what do you think is the most meaningful or one of the most meaningful, I guess, opportunities that you've participated on campus that you think will be able to transfer over to Senate?
Yeah, so one of the most meaningful has been with Knights Exemplar. It's a on-campus organization for students, well, IES students, and I serve as a member and peer mentor. So basically what I do is I go to like workshops on campus and kind of just help them with their academic pursuits and kind of like help them prepare their resumes and all these like extra sort of official things that they would have to do in order to get, how do I say this? Just to get more involved in their professional pursuits. Oh, and then another one separate, a little bit biased, but the Pre-Dental Student Association too. I'm a member and a travel committee member. So we really try to work with all the members and really create an inclusive space for everyone to pursue a dentistry career and just try to prepare them for their pre-health pursuits too. Thank you.
All right. Questioning time has elapsed. We are now in debate. Are there any senators wishing to speak in debate? I will go Duke, Hochfelder, and then Hurst. Yeah, Hurst. Sorry, the screen moved.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna be voting in favor. I love how passionate this applicant is about the Disability Caucus, and I would love to work with them.
Hochfelder?
Yeah, I'll also be voting in favor. I just it's very clear that she cares about people, which is obviously directing her career path. Also, my dad's a dentist, so real recognize real. If you ever need a dentist to like shadow or talk to, just let me know and I can hook y'all up. That's literally his favorite thing to do. But yeah, like I just see a lot of growth. Like she wants to do this during the summer. I feel like a lot of us, have some trouble with like coming to every single meeting during the summer. So I think that's a really good sign. I don't see any reason why she wouldn't make, a phenomenal senator for this seat. So I'll definitely be voting in favor, and I urge everyone else to do the same.
First?
Yeah, ooh, that was loud. Right. I'm a little concerned with how little that she knows about the different committees. However, we are here to learn. It's part of our experience and seeing what's new and what we can kind of be a part of. You want to help people, and I appreciate that we all want to do that. So while I have my reservations, I'll be voting in favor.
All right, Campbell.
Yeah, hi. So I will be voting in favor as well. I'm not necessarily too concerned about the lack of knowledge about the committees. When I initially joined Senate, I was not overly informed on any of the committees either. And I was also fairly single-minded in terms of what I wanted to do. I just wanted to help disabled people. So see a little bit of myself in them. So I'll vote yes because of it.
Great. Okay. Y'all, Chile, I'll get you after the vote count. Are there any other senators wishing to speak in debate? Seeing none, Knopf.
Motion to move to voting procedures.
There's been a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. With a vote count of 29 to 0 to 4. Congratulations, Nupur. You are now in the College of Medicine for seat 1.
Thank you.
And Chair Yalamanchili.
Present voting.
So noted at 8:40 p.m. All right, y'all. We did that. Internal legislation, notice of legislation on first reading, none. Notice of legislation on third reading, resolutions, resolution 5502, resolution advocating to make Juneteenth a UCF holiday from the Black Caucus. Is there a motion for speeches, questioning, and debate? Hurst?
1 minute speeches, 2 minute questioning, 2 minute debate.
There's been a motion for 1 minute speeches, 2 minute questioning, and 2 minute debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we're now there. Chair Daedalus, you have 1 minute when you're ready.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Everything is pretty much the same from last week. The only difference would be the amendment that we were talking about in regards to if I'm not mistaken, the chair of, I believe, the Board of Governors, something like that. I did make that change on the document. I don't know if it was corrected everything, but I did put that change on the document if everybody wants to look at it to verify it. I yield my time. Sorry.
Apologize for that. We are now in questioning. Are there any questions? We're seeing this on third reading, so unless you have any new questions. All right, so I'll take a motion. Well, is there a motion to move to debate? Delag Morset?
Move to debate.
There's been a motion to move to debate. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we're now there. Are there any senators wishing to speak in debate? If not, I'll just take a motion since we've seen this. Hurst,
Have we approved the amendment?
the amendment, let me see. Oh, I'll see it as a technical because it's just changing the name, I guess, correcting the name. I'll see it
and
as a technical. Thank
May I
you.
may I retain?
You may.
Okay. Nothing else has changed. We've just fixed the name that was the only issue last time, so move to vote.
There's been a motion to move to voting procedures. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now there. I think he's pulling it out. We went through it real quick, so. With a vote count of 32-0-1, Resolution 5502 passes on third reading. Congratulations, Black Caucus. Notice of legislation on second reading, none. My thing has like, give me 1 second. My agenda is bugging out a little bit. Okay, there we go. All right, Senate Forum, Kringle.
Yeah, howdy everyone. So as Vice President Smith said at the beginning of the meeting, we had the ADSPB meeting this week. And I just wanted to kind of give you all a quick update on what happened during that meeting and what's going on around campus. So starting the first week of school, August 21st through 28th is going to be the Pegasus Palooza. OSI will be releasing a call for programs here in the next coming weeks to add events onto their schedule to advertise to the rest of the student body. I think this will be a great opportunity for caucuses to advertise any events that they may want to put on during this time. I know APIA wanted to do some food trucks events, and I know other caucuses might want to do some sort of tabling or other sort of promotions. So this might be a great way to get you guys out there. With that said, there's still many more events being planned for the next school year. So I'll try to give you all an update as much as I can as these meetings happen. And one final thing that Colby and I were kind of interested in seeing if Senate want to participate is in events, sports, and other activities. So having teams created for things like Nighthon or an intramural team for kickball, dodgeball, volleyball, anything like that. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to contact me. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Adam. Thank you so much for representing Senate in that committee. I also wanted to tell my caucuses too that MSC will be reaching out to you via email regarding any programming for the rest of the year. So anything you let me know during our one-on-one, I would definitely mention to Judy. She probably has reached out to you or will soon. And if you have any updates or anything, I know APIA spoke to me and added me to a thread about the food truck event, LGBTQ plus caucus, met with CMQ. So there's a lot going on. And I'm very proud of every single one of you, and make sure to let Kringle know too as well. All right, are there any other senators wishing to speak? Oh, Hurst.
Just wanted to say that as SB, I've been putting the Zoom link in the open Senate chat so everyone can join if they want to. I would love to see some new faces and some new ideas as well, because I want to make sure that we're all like able to do the things we want to do. So I'd love to have everybody there, at least like people as possible, because I'd like to have some more like engagement, if that makes sense. So hopefully we can get some people that actually want to join us and talk about things. If you don't like actually want to be in the committee, I'll still like listen to you and talk to you about stuff no matter what. So please, if you have time tomorrow at 4 p.m., please join us.
Awesome. Are there any other senators wishing to speak in Senate Forum? Seeing none, Senate deliberations. Are there any senators wishing to deliberate on a specific topic for about, I think it's like 20 minutes? Seeing none. Advisors report, Brody.
All right. Not a lot from me this week. Y'all are doing great. Yeah, I am around and available if y'all need any help, but I don't have any announcements for you. We'll do a very quick, short round of senator shout outs if anybody's got any.
Shout out to ENA for doing all 5 judicials in less than an hour and making sure we're all, prepared for our meetings. Also shout out to Speaker Holmes for making me laugh in the middle of it because it was fun. And then shout out to Chair Yalamanchili for making it, even if it's the last 15 minutes of the meeting. And yeah, that's it.
All right, Akila.
I'm also gonna shout out ENA. I mean, it's been a really stressful past few weeks. But you guys are doing amazing and are asking amazing questions. So go you. And then my second senator shout out is Speaker Sierra because she does so much. I learn from her every day. She's literally the most amazing person I know. So I'm always so glad to just be working with her and just learning from her.
All right. Oh.
Yeah, I just wanted to shout out Senator Kazay. Just what he's been able to kind of do this past week, just on his own, taking the initiative on the graduation accessibility stuff. Really, really damn good. I'm genuinely impressed. So just props.
All right, Reese.
Yeah, I want to shout out Disability Caucus for the stuff that we were talking about in this meeting today and the fact that we are still speaking up for students even when we're like being on a delayed timeline. The fact that we are keeping that sense of urgency. I really think that's the right angle and I hope that we keep it up.
All right, Kylie.
I have 3. So my first one's Vihan because you look snazzy. Look at you. Okay. My second one is Chair Datlas for always reminding me to drink my water because girl, you need to remind me. Like I'm so bad at that. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm dehydrated just thinking about it. Yes, Sierra. And then my third shout out is my vice chair, Karingle. Oh my God, everybody's drinking their water. Vice Chair Kringle, because look at my vice chair go with the vice president. I'm so proud of you. I feel like my baby's growing and flying away from me and it's really hard, but that's okay.
All right, Vihan.
All right, so my first shout out goes to the entirety of the LJR committee because we had a good meeting today and I appreciate the input of every single member. Secondly, shout out to Chair Hurst for once again taking attendance and doing my LJR announcements. Third shout out goes to Chair Kenna and ENA because I hear they're working insanely hard. And Reese, based on the information I know, you're basically living in the SG office. So good on you. 07, as some might say.
If you need to sleep in my office, just let me know.
All right, Artine.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Chair Campbell. They have been excellent in like guiding me with this whole like disability caucus, and I always like referred to them when I was like if I needed any questions or anything with like emails and stuff, I'd forward stuff or anything like that. So I just want to give a huge shout out to Chair Campbell for helping me out with all that.
All right, and Danishka.
I want to shout out Chair Borges because it seems like every time I see or hear him, he's at his internship trying to balance all of his Senate responsibilities. So I just want to say kudos to him because honestly, I could never. So good job.
All right. Oh yeah, Sierra, go.
Yeah, so I'm going to shout out Chair Hurst and Chair Kanal. They're always here in person and they're just, honestly, I look forward to seeing them every day when I come in. I love them so much. You too, Brody. I look forward to seeing you every single time. Maddie too, love you. Now I don't see you too much, but it's there. It's there. But yeah, Chair Kanal had to handle a lot these past few weeks, and I'm really proud of her, especially and ENA as well. Yeah, and shout out to Aiden's little sister. She's been sticking it out with us. She's super cute. And yeah, that's all I have.
Okay.
I don't want to show people's kids without permission, so Oh, okay, you want to say hi? They're right here. You'll see them. Come to my.
Hey, what's up? Hey.
He's so cute.
Hello.
I worked at a daycare for like 4 years, but that's another story for another day. I love it. I just visited them yesterday. Yeah. Anyways.
Sierra does give me daycare energy.
What do you say? I have daycare energy. I do. Oh my god.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
I've never heard that, but it makes so much sense, like as a phrase.
All right, Vihan, do you have one more thing?
Yes, I do. One last shout out that I forgot to mention. My apologies. So shout out to Netta, because even though LGR meetings are online, she showed up. And Netta's presence, I would say, makes everything better. And so thank you very much, Netta. Keep doing the great work that you do.
Very good. All right. And with that, we'll continue on to Ned.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Vihan, for the shout out. You're very sweet. Yeah, so I've been sitting in a couple of the Zoom meetings pretty much. I sent out an email with my availability this week. I'm pretty sure that's like pretty much going to be my availability for the rest of summer. You know, during the fall and spring semesters, I have like big goals for myself to like wake up at like 8 in the morning, be at the office at 10. But during summer, I'm like 12 o'clock. If you see me before then, like, you know that it's something crazy. With that, if you want to set up a one-on-one with me before 12 o'clock, I'm willing to do that for you all. So yeah, if you need anybody to talk to, feel free to email me and we can set up a one-on-one via Zoom in the office, whatever floats your boat. I'm always here for you. Okay. Hello. Hang on, I have a picture. Oh wait, that's not what I want to do. I'll figure this out sooner. There's a cat picture again. It's been raining a lot, so it's a cat with an umbrella. I hope it brings you joy. Bye-bye.
Are there any questions for the advisors in their advisor report? I remember this time. Oh, hers.
Maddie, did you write POG in the thing? Did you learn from Ethan or did he learn from you? Oh no, I've been doing this from the start. Why? All I can think of is Ethan. And he's texting me. He's watching the live stream. He has not stopped. Yeah, he can't step away. Ethan, go home. Take a nap.
Are there any other questions for the advisors? All right. Seeing none, miscellaneous business, resignations, I hereby resign Senator Kringle from the LGBTQ+ caucus. And with that, I will take a motion. Don't make me choose. Okay, L. Campbell has their hand up. Okay, L. Campbell.
Sorry, Amanda. Motion to adjourn pending final roll call.
There's been a motion to adjourn pending final roll call. Are there any objections? No. And with that, there's no objections. So, Chair Yalaman-Chile.
All right.
For final roll call.
Senator Herrera,
Present.
Senator Trainer,
Present.
Senator Ibe,
Present.
Chair Kenna,
Present.
D-Leg Morissette,
Present.
Chair Temple, absent, Chair Bishop,
Present.
Vice Chair Caringle,
Present.
Chair Datlas,
Present.
Vice Chair DeCara,
Present.
Chair Butler,
Present.
Chair Campbell,
Alive.
Senator Castillo,
Present.
Senator Laugier,
Present.
Senator Fintel, Senator Fintel,
Bintel's mic isn't working.
yes, okay, I will mark you present. Senator Hamid,
Present.
Senator Larson,
Present.
Senator Moore. Absent. Senator Rose,
Present.
Senator Whitson,
Here.
Senator Brown. Absent. Chair Similo, Senator Hamayan,
Present.
Senator Nadella, Senator Nadella. I believe he's in the Zoom meeting.
He may be having technical difficulties. Maybe just mark him absent or present for now.
All right. Senator Ishan Patel, Senator,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Paige.
Senator Ishan Patel. Okay. Deezer Mittal says that Ishan just texted him, so I will mark him present. I am present. Senator Luthra. Absent. Chair Yousseferi.
No longer count her in the roll call anymore.
Okay. Vice Chair Acosta.
Present.
Chair Borges.
Here.
Senator Duke.
Here.
Chair Carter.
Present.
Senator Hochfelder.
Present.
Speaker Holmes.
Present.
Chair Hurst.
Breathing.
Senator Kazay.
Present.
Senator Lacasse.
Present.
Senator AJ Patel.
Present.
ILA Pullman.
Present.
ELA Richmond.
Present.
Senator Sandlin.
Present.
Senator Kairos Rivera.
He's sick.
All right, absent. Pro Temp DeMarla
Here.
and Deezer Mittal.
Here.
Vote count of 40 out of 43. Quorum is verified.